I know there's a lot of chatter.
Sorry about
I
that.
guess I'm going to say chatter, talk around the water cooler about resets, about how to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of take the next 30 minutes or so, and I don't have a hard stop. But I want to talk to you about the different types of resets. Okay. So first off, I want you guys, I'm super casual. Sydney knows me. Like, I'm super casual. You can just blurt out and talk. What's your why? Why are you guys in the business? What's your why? Money, right? Okay, money. And anybody have anything else?
My
Financial
family.
security.
Financial security, family. What else?
My house.
Independence,
freedom,
Impact.
helping share the opportunity.
Impact.
right? Impact on clients, impact on new hires, right? You have a lot of impact. I'm going to tell you guys right now, and I'll prove to you that no matter what your why is, the FIF, whether it's the long form or the easy button, is going to facilitate your why. It's going to be a catalyst to your why. It's going to help you get where you want to go, no matter what else you do. The FIF is going to facilitate that, make it easier, make it better for you and everybody affected by your why. Okay. Now I'm going to go over the FIF from a, Todd's fooling around over here. He's making me laugh. Want to come say hi?
Oh, we're interrupting today.
Hey, look at there.
What's happening over here? Let's go.
He was doing touchdown dances.
Are we
outside
doing
the-
resets or advanced markets? What
Doing
we're
resets.
It's reset money to me.
I will.
That would be great.
I'll say.
And school right now, so all the help would be wonderful. I appreciate you all. Love you all very much.
We love you, Todd.
He was doing touchdown dances. It made me laugh. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about resets from a life insurance perspective. General life. How many people are taking general life leads on here? Yeah, I would say a majority of them. So I'm not even going to talk about an advanced market solution set yet. I know at least one SME in the group. I know Sydney's an SME. Anybody else SMEs here? Certified in one of the solution sets? Perfect. Chris is, yeah. I know Sydney is, but that's perfect. Okay. So I'm going to role play with Sydney here real quick. Sydney, be kind of quick with your answers because we have limited time. But I'm going to show you guys how the FIF reset process not only provides you passive income, not only provides more opportunity and solution sets for the client, but it's going to support your general life sale. It's going to make it stickier. And when your clients sit down in 6 months and go, are we going to cancel Netflix or are we going to cancel the life insurance policy? They're going to put Stranger Things on hold because you're going to use the FIF to bring more value to what you just sold them. Does that make sense? And to tell my daughter she can't watch Stranger Things is a feat in itself. But so when you're in your role and purpose, okay, and you guys qualify that client physically, correct? Any medications, any major surgeries, anything like that. After that, I'm going to say, hey, Sydney, not only do you have to qualify physically, right? It's common knowledge you have to qualify physically. You have to qualify financially as well. See, legally, I can't overinsure you. Ethically, I don't want to underinsure you. Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions to just see what fits your needs.
That sounds good.
Okay with that?
Yep.
So what did I do there? It's called giving yourself permission to proceed. So I told them what I'm going to do, but then I asked them, and psychologically, the clients think it's they're giving you permission, but I just gave myself permission. So, like I said, Sydney, legally, I can't overinsure you. Do you have any existing life insurance?
I do.
Okay. Who's it through?
America.
America, great. And do you know your death benefit?
It's 100,000.
100,000. And may I ask what you pay a month for that?
I got it a long time ago, so I think it was probably about maybe $75 a month.
So I'm gonna guess that's a term policy.
Yeah, it is.
How long have you had it?
I think we've had it about 20 years.
Okay, is it a 30-year term?
Yeah.
10 more
yeah.
years? Great.
Mhm.
And then most important question. What's the purpose of that, Sydney?
Well, we had a starter home, and so
Okay.
we ended up just, using that to protect the mortgage on it.
Mortgage protection. Great. Any other life insurance policies?
Not right now.
So you mentioned mortgage protection. Tell me about your mortgage. How
Well,
long have you been in the new home?
new home, we've only been in 5 years.
5 years at 30-year notes. You got 25
Yep.
years to pay it off.
Right.
And approximately how much do you owe on your home?
About 230,000.
230,000. Great. And may I ask your monthly payment on the house?
It's 1,600.
1,600. And are you making any overpayments to pay down that mortgage sooner?
Yeah, we're throwing in
Good
like
for
an
you.
extra 500.
Good for you. Great. Any other mortgages, house down the beach, something up in the mountains, anything like that?
No.
Okay. No VRBOs. Okay. Great. So a lot of my clients, just like you, realized that the mortgage debt would be passed along to their spouse. God forbid something happens. Most of my, and notice my tonality here, guys. What most of my clients don't realize is that other debts are passed along as well. Okay. So do you have any other debts that would be passed along to your spouse, like car debt, student loan debt, anything like that?
Yeah. We have a car loan.
Also, what kind of
And
car?
yeah, it's a Miata.
My parents have me out. My dad's like in the club and everything. It's a Sunday car for my parents. Anyway, it's kind of weird, but that's what he's into. So how much do you owe on the Miata?
Probably about another 20,000. Still, we're about halfway through it.
20 grand. Awesome. So is that how many more years do you have left on paying for it?
I think it's about 4 or 5.
4 or 5 years?
Yeah,
And
we did
then-
some refinancing a little while ago.
Okay. And then what's your monthly payment?
250.
250. And any overpayments on that?
No.
No overpayments.
Mm-mm.
Any other cars?
No other
RV?
Car's. No.
RV, boats?
We have a student loan.
Okay, great. Tell me about the student loan. How much do you owe?
45,000.
45,000. How much do you pay a month?
200. It's in deferment right now, though.
Okay, but you're normally paying about 200.
Yeah.
Is that the minimum, or is that inclusive of an overpayment?
That's the minimum.
That's the minimum.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other debts, credit card debts, anything like that?
Yeah. We do have a couple of credit cards. We have a Discover and American Express.
Okay. So total credit card debt, what are we looking at?
Probably, I'm going to guess around 50,000.
50,000.
Mhm.
And then how much do you pay monthly on those cards?
Pay about 100 each.
100 each. Is that inclusive of an overpayment?
No, actually, that's not including an overpayment. I'd say we probably put another 100 on
Okay,
each of the
good.
2 cards. Yeah.
Good, great. Any other debts? Any other home improvement debts? Anything like that?
Yep. We just took out a home equity loan, and
Okay.
we have so we took out about a $50,000 loan, and have a that's relatively new. I think we have like about a 200 a month payment.
Okay.
Um,
You making any overpayments? Anything like that?
no, not on that one.
Not on that one. Okay. Any other debts?
Nope, I think that's it.
Okay. Now, a lot of my clients also don't realize that not only is your mortgage debt passed along and your other debts, but now guess what? Your assets are passed along too that can act like life insurance. So, for example, do you carry any funds in a 401k that your family would inherit? Notice it's around death. They would inherit if you were to pass away.
Huh. My husband has a 401k.
Okay, awesome. That through a current employer or a past employer?
Current employer.
And how much a month is he putting away?
300.
300. Is he getting a match on that?
Yes, 6%.
Oh, wonderful. And then you said it was $200,000, and he's getting a $300 a month. He's getting
300,000. Yeah, 300,000, and he's getting a 6% match.
Great. Any other piles of money, retirement accounts, money under the mattress that you're?
Yeah, we kind of depleted the money under the mattress a while back ago, but
Okay.
but yeah, no, we have I have 2 IRAs.
Okay.
And they're kind of smaller though, probably about 100,000 between the 2 of them.
Okay. And where do they live? They live with
they're just kind of sitting there not doing anything because they're from previous employers.
Okay, and you're not contributing to those?
No,
now?
not right now.
Okay, great. Any savings account, anything else you guys have?
Yeah, we have a savings account. It's got maybe about 10,000 in it.
Okay, wonderful. Is that just rainy day, transmission goes, hot water heater blows?
Yeah, pretty
Everything?
much.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anything else?
No, I
No.
think that's it. Yeah, we throw maybe about $100 into the savings account every month,
Okay,
just trying
great.
to keep it building up.
Wonderful, wonderful. And then in order for me to show you something affordable, let's talk to your monthly cash flow. Sydney, what do you do for work?
I am a teacher.
Okay, great. And how much do you make a month teaching?
3,000.
3,000. How about your husband? What does he do?
He's an engineer.
Engineer. I'm married to an engineer as well. How much does he bring home?
6,000.
6,000. And then any other side hustles, anything like that?
My husband has a drone business.
Oh, cool. Awesome. My kid was into that. And how much does that bring home for you guys?
About an extra 1,000.
Nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. And then just to run your house on a monthly basis, how much does it cost to run your house on just groceries, cell phone, just keep the house moving?
Yeah, probably about 5,000.
5,000. Okay,
Mhm.
wonderful. Now I'm done. Did I say anything about DFL, annuities, IUL, tax-free retirement? Did I say anything about that? The whole premise was on what fits that client's needs from a life insurance standpoint. Just like going into the doctor. When you go into a doctor and they try to take, so I just recently went, if you guys remember, I don't know if you heard me, but right around the first of the year, I had a 5-week cold. And I walked in there to the doctor's office. Did I say, no, lady, you're not going to put this cuff on me. You're not going to listen to my heart. You're not going to take my temperature. You're not going to, just give me the antibiotics. That's what I need. Did I say that to my doctor?
Nope.
Why didn't I say that to my doctor?
You're there to get his help.
Well, it was a she, and
Her help.
and yeah, and I respect her as a medical professional. I want you guys to respect yourselves as a financial professional. That's what I do. Okay. And people that are just kicking the tires, we have a saying that says, don't fight them, ride them. But you can build rapport by being professional. Okay. I don't have to be like, Will, I love your hat, dude. It's awesome. Like, I don't have to do that. You know what I mean? I do like your hat. My wife would like your hat because she's big into Yellowstone right now. And Travis, I think that's the Cape Cod on your hat, but I could be wrong. I was a geography major. See how much I use that now. I use it to call out Travis's hat. But I don't just fake rapport. I just don't do fake rapport. I use my professionalism to create rapport. Okay. So you can create rapport by being professional. If you walk on to a Lamborghini lot, you expect to have Lamborghini service. You can drive off that lot with a Honda Accord, and that's fine. But you're going to get that white glove Lamborghini attention. Okay. And that's who you are as a financial professional. Now, what did I, in that little exercise with Sydney and I, what did I get from that? All of our financials. I know based on what she said, and I've been doing this 14 years, a long time. I can do it in my sleep. I'll show you guys on HQ where to do it. But I got everything, a financial snapshot of everything in our life. So at the end of your appointment, after I take the FIF, I go back into my sales script. I sell the general life lead. Sale or no sale, at the end, I'm going to say, Sydney, awesome, good job, really good job, very admirable that you wanted to protect your family, right? Took that first step to protect your family. Now, based on some of the answers to the questions I asked you, you said you were making overpayments to your mortgage, your auto loan, and your credit cards, correct?
Right.
Are you guys prioritizing getting out of debt?
Yes. Trying very hard.
Yeah. See, you might qualify for our debt-free life program. Okay. We have a debt elimination program called Debt-Free Life, where we can get you out of debt with including your mortgage in half the time with no additional money out of pocket. I'm going to assume you want to hear more about that, right?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Great. I know a subject matter expert. His name's Mike Resma. He screams 1 trillion. Great. A really animated guy. He can educate you on that program. You can do whatever you want with that education. But like I said, Mike's a great guy, very charismatic, a really good friend of mine. Let's take a look at his calendar and see when he's available. Okay.
Sure. Okay. That
Now,
sounds good.
sale or no sale, if it's a sale, they already respect you as a financial professional. We can't all be good. Like, I'm not good at mortgage protection. I've never done it. 14 years, I've sold 6 term policies, 1 to me, so really 5. I'm not good at mortgage protection. I don't know it. Okay. Now, if you guys aren't certified in mortgage protection, you have Sydney. If you're not certified in annuities or IULs, you have people in your organization that you can reset. Okay. So take a stab at it. Okay. That's the way I would conduct that appointment. I can't do an appointment without doing an FIF because I'm an advanced market guy. I got to have all the information. That's just me. You guys will make your clients see the value that if it costs $5,000 to just run their house plus their other debts, and guess what? Sydney was making $3,000 and her husband was making $7,000. They know real quick just by saying that they're in trouble. You get them to say it, you get them to own it. You guys are going to remember more of what you say on this call than what I say. It's human nature. So how you do this is, I'm already in here. You go into my clients, new FIF. Okay. You have to have a lead in here. So we'll go, yes, I'm Jeffrey with 1 E. I know that's weird for everybody, but Jeffrey. So you get in there and you add the information in here, add the insurance information, add the mortgage information, add the additional assets in there, add the income expenses, everything I just went through. And what I would challenge you guys to do is to get in some huddles and your training calls and practice doing an FIF on each other. And, Sydney, I know Sydney really, really well. Sydney, as a certified subject matter expert in DFL, she has a responsibility to train you guys on how to do this really well. So she gets really good sets. And if you're a student of hers and you give her really good sets, she's going to close business and make you money. So we kind of get this symbiotic, relationship where we really 1 + 1 = 3. That's when magic starts to happen. That synergy really starts to cook. Okay. Now you can do this in front of your clients if you want to share your screen and you're on a Zoom, or you can just do it on the phone. And then let's say, so here, if we say, all right, monthly expenses, we've got a car, the payment's $500, and the overpayment is going to trigger DFL. Watch. Do you feel like your debt's preventing you from contributing more to retirement? Well, yeah, it is. Okay, great. There's the script. The subject matter expert's calendar is going to pop up, and you can set that client for an appointment with that subject matter expert. Now, let's say you don't feel like going through that. Let's say you don't feel like adding that stuff in there. Okay. I'm going to take this off. I'll just delete it. We have the easy button, and you just go in here and say, yep, DFL. Do you feel like your debt's preventing you from contributing more to retirement? No, I already contributed enough. Okay. If your mortgage were paid off, would retirement be more comfortable? Everybody says yes to that. You're right back here. So you can pick whatever solution set you want. Okay. Now I want to talk about QFA a little bit. There's no such thing as a no sale anymore. If somebody has an existing 401k, QFA can go in and manage it for them. Now you don't get paid on that assets under management, but your SFG code is attributed to that money. Okay. So in the future, when it is suitable to move into an annuity, you get paid on it. So you guys can unmute and answer this question. How many people do you guys see a week?
Anywhere from 5 to 10.
5 to 10. Okay, awesome. So in a month's time, how much existing 401k dollars do you guys see?
Can you repeat that?
If you were to ask an FIF, how much money of existing 401k dollars would you come across in a month?
Probably like 3 clients a month.
I'm gonna say more than that.
I was
Okay.
gonna say between all my clients, probably a couple million.
Yeah, I'm gonna say $2 to $4 million. Nate Burks and I think we could easily do 2 to 3 million. Here, I'll show you. Here are the last 100 FIFs taken. Here's the additional assets: 50,000, 736, 85,000, 3 million, 77,000, 115, 122, 450, 366. I think you could come. Now, you're not going to set all of them, but I really do think you guys could get in front of $1 million a month and reset, probably more, but reset and refer $1 million a month over to QFA. So if you get a run rate of $1 million a month for 5 years, okay, in 5 years, you would have $5 million, right? A run rate of $5 million. Let's say that money didn't grow for 5 years. And let's say in 5 years, half of it became suitable to roll into an annuity. And let's say everybody had over 750,000. So the split on that would be times 0.6. Okay. And you were on a very low annuity contract of 4%. That would be your passive income in 5 years, a month. Does anybody not want $60,000 a year in passive income? Or, I'm sorry, $60,000 a month in passive. That's $720,000 a year. Okay, so that's the opportunity of sending money over to QFA. Now, what about resetting? Resetting, right here. Resetting somebody like Sydney, okay, for DFL. What does that look like? And Excel needs to hurry up.
I'm just not asking the right questions. This is so good.
It's really easy, guys. Come on. There we go. So I don't want to give it all away here. So this is literally the spreadsheet that I created for Mike and said, hey, let's make this happen. So you can see up here, this is nothing fancy. These are my formulas. Like this isn't smoke and mirrors. I'm going to assume a 40% close ratio on the sets. Sydney, you probably close higher than that. The average case size for DFL is up around $3,800 now. The average IUL case is right around 2,100. The average annuity it's up now to about 106,000. And we're calculating that at 5%. We're calculating it a 60-40 split on the life, an 80-20 split on the annuities, and a 70% placement ratio. And this is still the 70%. I did this before the minimum went up to 80. So how many DFL resets do you think you guys can do a month?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say I aim for 4 to 6. I think I'm averaging about 3.
Okay. So if you guys are out there, how many of your clients that you see, how many have debt?
All of
All of them. Okay. So let's just say if you're seeing 5 to 10 people, I think 2, if you just did 2 DFL resets a week, that's an additional $1,800, almost $1,900 to the resetting agent just for asking those questions. The SME at a 90% would make $3,600. Let's just say we went with Sydney's 3. We had 1 IUL reset and 1 QFA reset. That would be just by getting 5 people reset with that criteria and those assumptions, it'd be an additional $7,400 of passive income to that resetting agent. So all of your new hires think they'd benefit from an additional $7,400 a month just by asking some questions? How would that help their lead bill? So this is just annuities, IUL, and DFL. The $60,000 a month in passive income is people that we couldn't help before that now we can. Okay. This is the power. This is the opportunity cost of you not doing the reset. Now, we want to get to 1,000 resets a week. If we get to 1,000 resets a week, that's an additional almost $50 million of revenue to the company. Okay. After issue rates and everything, it'll be about $39 million. How do you guys think that'll help your organization? How do you think that'll help Chris, Stella, Sydney, your new hires, you agency owners out there? It really can get you through the levers of leadership like that. Okay, just by asking a couple questions. We did this on the Assura side when I started 14 years ago, and it was a much smaller organization, but the adoption process here has been slow. So if you don't want to do the full FIF like I did with Sydney, awesome, great. I think it helps the sale. Use that easy button to use your spidey senses, use that easy button, hit it and reset it. So I don't, like I said, I don't have a hard stop. So if you guys have a couple of minutes and want to ask me a couple questions, I'm totally cool with that, Chris, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Donna, go ahead.
Donna.
Can you go back to the screen share to where you found the FIF? Because my screen doesn't look like yours and I don't know what I did wrong.
Okay. So.
You said to go to my clients.
Yeah. So you want to, let me get over there. So you're going to go to my clients, new FIF.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeff, I was in there last night trying to do one, and when you search the client contact, it just automatically shows no results, but you just have to start typing it in and it'll populate.
Yeah, if your client's leads came into opt, yes, it'll be in there. If it's not,
What if it's a referral?
add a referral lead. Type in, we'll type in Crease's name. And if you hit save, we got to know the state, right? To conduct business. Let's say, well, Colorado. And let's say the lead type is a life lead. And let's say a source of referral is just agent referral. Oop, I think it's, don't tell Crease, but put in her birthday, 8/11. Oh, 70. Yeah, she's 6 years older than me. That's okay. And she's 2 inches taller. So you put it in there as a referral and you're good, ready to go. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Donna, I detected an accent there. Where are you from? You're muted. You're muted.
I'm originally from New Jersey. Is that?
Yeah, I'm from the Philadelphia area. I heard it. I'm originally from Philly. I heard it.
I love working Pennsylvania and Indiana because it's Northerners. The people in the South are always fixing to do something. I'm like, just do it. What are you fixing to do?
I like the South. I'm a new transplant here, but I love it. What other questions?
I got a question, Jeff.
Yes.
Can you do a little scenario with, or just to explain some opportunities about how you overcome objections if you're in the middle of trying to get the information, some of the, some of those numbers.
Yeah, perfect. So if you guys noticed, and I noticed you hit record, if you guys go back and watch that, you will get objections if you don't handle the transitions. I gave an explanation logically and emotionally of why I was going to ask you the next thing. Hey, just like your mortgage is passed along, a lot of my clients don't realize that other debts are passed along. So I need to ask you about those. Okay. I'm giving myself a logical and an emotional. Logically, those debts are going to pass along. You're going to have to deal with it. Emotionally, oh, shoot, I don't want to leave my wife holding the bag. Okay. The reason we do it logically and emotionally, I'm an emotional guy. I might be like, you know what? Jim March seems like a good dude. Like, Crease, he just seems like a good guy. I like his blue jacket. Let's buy from him, right? Crease is a civil engineer. She's going to be like, dude, you need to show me everything, right? I can't even pack the dishwasher correctly. So you're going to need to like lay it out, and you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know if you're dealing with a Jeff or Crease. You don't. So if you have those transitions, nails on those transitions, you won't get pushback because it logically and emotionally makes sense to those clients why you're asking. If you start getting pushback and objections, hey, why do you need to know that? I'm just asking for life insurance. Well, if you have $10 million in a 401k, do you really need $50,000 of life insurance? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what fits your needs. So what I like to say is, do you have any other piles of money if this coverage didn't go in place that would act like life insurance? Oh yeah, I've got a 500,000 in a 401k. Then I ask them what the purpose of that is. It's retirement. Okay, so Jeff, if you die, Teresa could use the 500 grand. Yeah, she could. Okay, well, what's she going to do for retirement then? Oh, because you right. Now you're behind the 8 ball anyway. You're going to do GoFundMe car wash. How does that work? Right. So you get them to name it. You want the purpose of everything, and anything you say can and will be used against you. But the objections really come down to executing those the overcoming objections. And objection handling is, don't get them in the first place. Use the proper transitions to give yourself permission to move forward.
That's
Great
so
question,
excellent.
Cindy.
That's excellent. Do you by chance have a script developed for FIF?
There is. It's in HQ. I think it is under scripting in there. There's once you guys get good at this, I can come back on in a couple of weeks and ask you guys how it's going. What challenge you're going to have challenge. It's new. You can't hit 100-mile-an-hour fastball if you don't get in the batter's box, right? So get in the batter's box, take some hacks, practice it, get in groups. Like, for you agency owners and people out there, I would be like, hey, let's get in a group every other day. We're going to practice it, and we're going to talk about it. Hey, did you do it? How did it go? I fell on my face. Well, how was your transition? Right. And if you guys have any questions, you can reach out to me. It's all in HQ. But I'm going to tell you, it'll change your organization. It'll put it on a rocket ship.
Jeff, that role play that you just did, wasn't that like verbatim the script pretty much?
Yeah, pretty much, dude. I just winged it. I wasn't like, I was trying to do it fast and but if you do something for 14 years, you get pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Guys, I will say this, and Jeff, a shout out to you and home office for creating that easy button. Because I mean, in an ideal situation, obviously we want our people going through every single step. But I also know there's a lot of people, especially when they're new, they get freaked out with all the questions, all the material. Easy button takes that all away, gang.
Yeah.
And Chris is right. There's really no excuse at this point. If somebody, and I'm going to tell you, if somebody's like, budget's a big deal. If it's a mortgage protection leader, that person has a mortgage. I just moved 2 years ago. What happens? What do you do after you buy? You fill it full of crap. So those people had a debt to income ratio to qualify for their mortgage and a credit worthiness to qualify for the mortgage. What do? They got themselves in a little bit of debt. So lean into that FIF. Really lean into that. That means they're just pre-qualified for DFL. Right? Somebody really values retirement. They've got a bunch of money going to retirement. Hey, do you think taxes are going to go up in the future or down?
Hey, Jeff, wanted to mention, I don't know if you're familiar with the old symmetry forms, the needs analysis forms that we did.
I've heard of the financial fire drill.
Yeah.
Term.
So
very similar.
I've been here for going on close to 7 years now. And so, I use that. I do a lot of mortgage protection. And so the one thing, and I heard this at one of our conferences that really hits home, it kind of breaks the ice a little bit, is after you do the mortgage, I use the whole thing. I go start to finish: insurance, what they have, other properties, what they have, credit card debt, same way. But at the end of it, what I'll do is I'll say, hey, are you happy with your retirement and how it's performing? And so that just ends up being a conversation on, just hate the economy right now. My 401k is tanking. I had a guy, I shared this on one of our calls, called me 2 years later and said, hey, I know we had this conversation and I'm not really happy. And I turned him over FIF a couple of weeks ago. He turned his entire portfolio over.
Great.
Great. So it works. And you don't have to be even that forceful. It's just really having an honest conversation.
I'm more of a, and I'm going to tell you this, like, I don't know if you guys know the Fitzgeralds, but Aaron Fitzgerald did it on one of our advanced market calls. I think it's very conversational, very friendly and conversational. I'm not like that. In the beginning, I'm kind of a jerk, not a jerk. I'm just, I'm confident and I'm here to conduct business. And then as you do what I want you to, I was unconsciously competent at this. As you do what I want you to do, I become your friend. And by the time we're signing docs, I'm like, hey, bud, give you a call. See you later. Right. because clients want you to like them. Hey, they want to prove how smart they are to you, and clients want you to like them. So I kind of use that against them in a weird way. Like, hey, I'm professional. We're just going to do this. We're going to cut right to the chase. I'm very business and I'm busy. Oh, you answer the questions? Great. Hold on, Melissa. I'm on a call. As they do what I want them to do, we just get closer and closer and closer. And then at the end, we're kind of friendly and it's great. It's worked well for me. But don't be me. I don't scream 1 trillion. I think I'm a pretty good agent, right? But I'm not Mike Resma. I don't have Nate Burks' really deep voice and that whole thing. Be your organic self. And the more you can be the better, the more true you are to your personality, clients will feel that and they'll organically want to engage with that. If you try to be Jeff, or like my whole thing is I'm really casual and then I drop a 50-cent word. Like that's my thing. Like I say, dude, man, all right, awesome. And then I'll use like a proffer, and they're like, oh yeah, this guy, like, who is this guy? Like, that's my thing. That's probably not your thing. Like I'll use like a weird word and they like, oh, okay, he's not a complete idiot. Mike screams and claps and does that. It's awesome. It works for him. So find what works for you. Awesome, guys. I got to run. Melissa's teams me a couple times. I got to run. Chris, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Guys, go reset. If you need any, you guys want any future training, Chris, reach out. We'll make it all happen. So
Awesome.
You're awesome.
Man, I really appreciate
Thank
your time.
you.
guys.
Thank you,
See guys.
Jeff.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Good job. All right, gang. Well, that was highly insightful, and hope you all took some great tips and nuggets away from that call. And guys, that easy button, when they rolled that out at Leader Summit here a couple weeks ago, I was super pumped about that, because again, for those of us that aren't detail oriented, and I get it, there's a lot of material to go through, and maybe just the way the call is flowing, and you've got to focus on mortgage protection. You've got somebody that just knows what they want, and you're plowing ahead to the product. The easy button, just a couple quick questions there. You saw when he popped them up. Hey, we've got an entire division that, helps people get out of debt 9 years or less, including the, mortgage, without spending any extra money. Ask the question. If it's a yes, great. If it's a no, at least you asked it. Same thing on the retirement end. So, and we've got, of course, Sydney is our DFL queen, does a phenomenal job. I sent several people over to her and always takes care of them and does just, they always walk away just, glowing reviews. So I don't know if I've heard from several of you the same feedback. I am IUL certified and annuity certified. So, and I should be on the reset. If you don't see that, just send me a direct message. But if you're in with a client and do a reset, I made sure that I updated my agency to include my certification. So we'll help you out, gang. We'll make sure we get that in place for you. All right, so let's move on to the call, the regular portion of the call. We're going to jump on here to our slideshow, go through some announcements, talk about some leaderboards. Quick shout out, welcome to some guests. I think you've seen them pop on screen. Will and Travis popped in. Their call was canceled or had other arrangements, so they jumped on, and so excited to have them with us on the base shop call here. So welcome, gentlemen. We will jump into some announcements, leaderboards, all the fun stuff, and let's there we go. Okay, all right, we're off and running. All right. Now, these leaderboards were pulled as of last night. And so I always remind people, hey, if you don't see your stuff on there, don't panic. A lot of us turn business in on Friday. In fact, case in point, I've got apps that I still have to get in. So, and I know several others have either pending appointments or pending apps. And so this is not a reflection, but we have to pull the leaderboards, make sure we have plenty of time. So this was as of last night. So numbers will obviously be going up throughout the day. So far for the week, 19 applications, $15,392, month to date, $108,000 in the base shop. We have agency owners with the week so far, base shop at $15,392, 19 applications. Top producers so far for the week: Stacy Love, 8 applications, $4,616. Spencer Cushion, 5 applications, $4,886. Donna Bates leading for so far for the week, 6 applications, $5,890. Great week, Donna. Hey guys, this is an announcement. We've been waiting to shout out key leader promotion for Stacy Love, who is on fire and building a massive organization, got a huge amount of momentum. Congratulations. And it shouldn't say congratulations because it's almost like you won an award. She earned key leader, and she is now laser focused on agency owner, the next step in her journey in building this empire. So great job, Stacy. Keep up the great work. And AO will be announced sometime later this year, sooner rather than later, we hope. So, all right. Role play training. So, hey guys, love that Jeff put a plug in accidentally, not realizing we have this on a regular basis, but every week, 9 a.m. Central on Monday, see your time zones. Hop on. Let's this Monday, let's do some FIF role plays. I will work on anything that you want to work on. But the whole point of this is we always tell people, you know, when you hear these great tools and tips in training in these calls, and I'm like everybody else, I'm like, oh, that's gold. I write it down. But the important thing about writing it down is then you've got to practice it. You got to practice before you play. Don't take something from a call like this and then think you're going to run out, implement it into your system. You're likely to not get the results that you want, and sometimes actually might screw up your process. So practice before you play it. And that's why we do role play training every week, to make sure to give you time to say that out loud to somebody in a friendly environment that's going to give you positive feedback and help you refine that process. So join us on Monday for that. We also do a welcome to the team call on Wednesday evenings. So new hires, as they're coming in, we want to make sure we connect with those folks. Welcome to the team, and just get to know them. You know, this is not about this call is not about business tips, training, etc. This is just a fun time to get together and you know, again, learn a little bit about the new members of the team. So send them over. The lead orders, a couple things. One, obviously we've got a lot of lead sources available right now. I'm going to talk about that here in a second as we get closer to the end of the call. But we also, guys, hey, the call-in leads are still a very viable option. In fact, I just there was some in my area I happened to notice, just picked up a small amount, like 4. I picked up 4. Already got a hold of 2, got 1 appointment set, and wrote an app the other night. So, hey, you know, call-in leads are still a very good lead source. So sometimes we get a little bit, I think, caught up in the minutia of all the different lead types that are available. The old-fashioned leads, what I like about them is they responded to a specific need, mortgage protection, and they know what they need, and they know what they want. So don't run past that. But we do have the other lead sources available as well for digital leads, and we certainly encourage you to set up those standing lead orders.
Hey, Chris, I'm so sorry.
Yep.
Can I just add real quick? Because I mean, I don't care about my apps. I know I need to enter them, but Sydney really is leading in the week for the agency, because I know for her application, the reportable was 8,758. And I just double checked and opt. So I don't know why hers isn't showing up on there, but I just, you know, it's not for the Dinwiddie agency, but more so for Sydney, because I know that she's worked so hard with her application. So I just wanted to make sure that she knew that I know that her application you know, should be showing up there because it showed nothing for Dinwiddie agency and nothing for her, and she should be at the top of the list there.
Absolutely, we'll look into that. I'm not sure how those didn't show up on our end, but
I'm already looking into it. I don't know why it's not showing up for us, but I'm already on it. Don't worry, I got it. I got you, Stella.
Oh, you guys are the best. It's really for my Sydney. Thank you.
And thank you for bringing that up, because we definitely want to recognize.
But congrats to Donna and the rest of you. I'm so sorry. I mean, you guys are doing amazing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. We definitely, especially if it's something that was already in the system and was there before last night, we definitely want to figure out why that's not showing up on our side. So Ash will get that knocked out, and we'll figure out what's going on. Make sure we have that corrected moving forward. So
God knew that I needed to be on top this for 5 minutes. He knew I needed that.
That's right. Donna ran she hired some Russian hackers to go in and take out Sydney's business. So that's you got to watch Donna.
Donna, you are amazing. I love you, girl.
Doing a fantastic job. It's a great week. Hey, week's not over, so leaderboards are not done. So FIF reset. So what Jeff was just talking about, and this call, guys, we had, gosh, I was taking notes here, a bunch of great nuggets. And when we say nuggets usually something small, just that small. I like what Tony Robbins said. A 2 millimeter shift will completely change everything. And sometimes it's just a phrase or a word that they use legally. I can't overinsure you. Ethically, I can't underinsure you. I mean, that's such a logical statement that a shift like that could make an entire difference in how you come across to the client, how your presentation goes. So plug into these training calls, gang, this FIF reset. And Jeff's right. We are leaving literally millions of dollars on the table by not leveraging this. So this is going to be a big push for our agency moving forward from here on out. You're going to get tired of hearing me and everybody else in leadership talk about it, because we can't be leaving this money behind. For the client's sake, number one, for your sake, number two, that's earnings in business that you should be capturing that you're giving to somebody else. You are helping somebody else by not asking those questions. And then for the company, number three, I mean, obviously, the more products that we have in a client home, the more sticky those original apps that we wrote. And I get the notices every day. From every carrier, we have this many cancellations, we have this many pending chargebacks, and that's going to happen. That's just nature of the business. But there are ways to control how much that happens, and one of the biggest ways to control is to do this right here. Make sure that not only did you pick up the mortgage protection, but you also picked up the general life. You also picked up some type of retirement planning. The more products that you can put in place in a home, and the more that you can help those clients, the more they're going to be your client and nobody else's client. So, why don't we do it? Well, honestly, we try to take the path of least resistance, and that is get our one app, run down the road and run to the next lead and leave all that money on the table. When in fact, if we just take, 60 seconds, how long did it take Jeff to ask those questions, especially when he was using the easy button? And that's what I'm talking about specifically. When he just asked, hey, we have an entire division that helps you with retiring your debt 9 years or less without spending extra money. Hey, do you know what as your financial advisor talked about what your gap is going to be at retirement? Do you think you should know that now or when you get to retirement? How simple is that question? Okay, so plug into this, guys. And again, we're gonna really push this because we're not doing it as a team. And it's as many fingers are pointing at you. Again, that means 3 are pointing back at me. So I am recommitting to diving into this process and make sure I'm not overlooking these questions. Hey, Ripple is putting out an opportunity to get involved in the community. So April 16th to the 22nd. You could see some events that are taking place. One that needs to be added. John Paul Vetter brought up that Atlanta is also going to be on this list. So if you are in the Southeast and can get to Atlanta, you're going to be traveling in the area. Make sure you plug in. And if you're not in one of these cities or nearby, obviously just get involved in a local area and go be part of a cleanup process. And do something to make your community better. And while you're doing that, wear your symmetry or quality wear and show your community that we're a company and an agency that has more than just business on our mind. We want to be an impact on those around us. Well-being workshops, keep tuned. We bring this up only because we don't have anything scheduled yet, but I know there are some things in the works. So just keep an eye out for these well-being workshops. We'll be putting some more information on that out here with either with the Mank or the POGA hierarchy. I know there's some things in the works. So conference, gang, the Super Bowl of our system, August 9th through the 11th, 2023. Sign up, be there, be square. This is where your success happens. I got and guys, the tickets on these discounted tickets are like 150, 170 bucks. Maybe somebody can help me on that. I don't remember because there's owner packs available, but just the regular ticket is 250 bucks. I got an email from a sales training course that I've worked with for years. Go back, for tune up and training with them. They're having their conference, and I forget the dates on it. But what I did notice is their discount for attending that training was 950 bucks. Regular price was like 1,200 bucks. Guys, the fact that our company underwrites the cost of this training at the level that they do, and sometimes I'm wondering because they do, we don't take it seriously. This is literally where your success happens in this business. And that's not hyperbole. We see it in the numbers. The people that go to this, we see exponential growth in the next 90 to 120 days. So don't take this for granted. If you're serious about this business, if you're serious about your business and your profession, your success, you've got to be there. Owners packs. So if you're building it, there's the price right there. Owners packs are available. If you have not got an owners pack and you are building a team, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot because this is where the momentum of your business happens. Getting butts in seats and getting them around the fire. So do not delay. Get you at least one. You'll get 10 there, and then add to it. Take advantage of this opportunity, guys. And again, the fact that the company underwrites this, you're investing as a builder, team builder, 1,900 bucks, but in reality, you're getting that money back as your folks are signing up and going to be at that event. So leverage this opportunity for your business. Fall Classic, our biggest contest, man, look at this. We have 3 agents in the top 200 getting ready to move on to the next level. And Stacy, Sydney, and Stella, all in the top 200. Congratulations so far. Move to the next level, and then we reset, and it's on like Donkey Kong. So let's go. Let's do it. Contests. Man, they keep rolling out contests. So the IUL contest sponsored by F&G just rolled out. I'm actually it's kind of funny. I don't know why the Switzerland the contest looks amazing. The West Indies contest with Foresters. For some reason, Naples, Florida, I'm kind of pumped about that one. I'm pumped about the others, don't get me wrong, but that one came out and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. So let's keep an eye on these and look for the one that you want to earn. And become a subject matter expert in whatever that company or whatever the products that company offers or sales concepts. So again, obviously IUL with Foresters. I'm sure DFL, Sydney, you could be angling for that pretty well. But if you're doing a mortgage protection and that's your business, guess what? American Amicable, SBLI, even United Home Life. These are all contests that you can win through General Life Sales and the General Life Sale Mortgage Protection. Sorry, momentary brain lapse. Hey, Thursday Book Club, join us. We're going to update the slide because we are just now wrapping up Powerful Engagement, and the new book is the E-Myth Revisited. Is that right, Stella?
Yes, it is. And it is highly recommended by so many successful agency owners like Matt Smith and so many more. Like, it's already such an awesome book.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I read that one a few years ago. I'm excited to get back in and read this one again, or read it again, excuse me. Very, very powerful book. And, you know, there are certain books that just really take on some mindset, you know, some things that society puts in place from a mindset standpoint. This is a book that really tackles that whole idea of, you know, a lot of people think they're an entrepreneur because they go out and start a business, but I love the cash flow quadrant. And, you know, a small business owner or sole proprietor basically just created a job for themselves. And so E-Myth takes on the idea that, you know, yeah, start a business, but become a business owner, become an investor. Don't stay in the sole proprietor mindset. Dial room. Hey, these are a lot of fun, gang. Just a big thank you to Stella and Stacy for hosting these Zoom rooms. If you're feeling a little cramped in the four walls and tired of you know, staring at your pictures on the wall, pop on. Get to see some people out there working, making it happen. Sometimes some training randomly happens. So some dial training, get to listen in. So come be a part of the group and let's work together. Meetings and announcements. All right, gang, we've got a big, I'm going to run by this here real quick if I'm not careful. So let me pause and say, watch your email. Our very own admin with the most is going to be sending out an email talking about what's coming up this week as far as meetings, trainings that you can be a part of, announcements, etc. But you will want to watch out for that. Put that on your agenda. But we do have some major announcements this morning that I wanted to go over with you. And the first one, I brought this out to several of you. There's a lead system out there that was started by another symmetry organization, part of the Gainey organization, Javon Spencer and Betsy Barr. They created it, actually created it for themselves a few years ago and then built it up to the point where they now have the capacity to help other agents. It's called Level Up Leads. I do know, and I was on a call with them recently, they're being very smart about how they're putting this together. And the reason I'm bringing this up to you, if you have an interest and you haven't jumped in, I would probably get on it and jump in pretty quickly because they are being very smart. They're not going to expand too quickly, which means they're going to have a cutoff at some point where they're going to kind of close the doors, not let anybody new in until they know that they can run at capacity and make sure that they fulfill everybody's lead, keep the quality up. I mean, they've been doing a great job with quality. So if you thought, hey, I'd like to get in on that, $30 leads, it's a great price point, digitally generated leads with a high engagement. And you're like, hey, I think that could be a good option for me. And you've just been sitting on the fence. I know there's a little bit of upfront investment to get in on that. I would find the way to get involved in that because I have a feeling that window is going to be closing very, very soon because they got a lot of people jumping in, taking advantage of that. So they didn't give a clear date as to when they might be closing temporarily, and I'm sure they will expand in the future. But this, again, to make sure that they maintain integrity, they're going to be putting a temporary halt on any new entries. So if you have an interest, I would certainly be popping on them.
Hey, Chris, can I quick try and say that 3 times fast? Yeah. Chris, quick question.
Yes.
Do you have any information on more details as far, because you mentioned like a little startup cost and $30? Is it what is the startup cost? Is it a flat $30 fee or price rather per lead, no matter what your level is in the agency, whatever your promotion level is?
Yeah. So the leads start out at $30 a lead. They actually go down the more business that you write. So they've got it set up where you can actually buy down your lead costs. there is a startup cost. We'll post the link to go check it out. I want to say it's like $300 or something like that, and that's so they could set up your CRM that runs off the exact same platform as Switchboard. So if you
So you have to have Switchboard.
No,
No.
you do not.
Okay.
No, you do not have Switchboard. The only reason I reference Switchboard is if you have learned Switchboard and you don't want to learn a new system, good news, you don't have to, because it runs the exact same way. So there's really no learning curve on that side of it. They are very interactive. They have a lot of training calls a couple times a week. They have a chat group that is very active. So yeah, I mean, I have been on a trial with them here for 4 or 5 weeks. I think it's they do a really good job. I'll just put it that way. So certainly encourage you to take a look at it if you have any interest, and certainly sooner than later, because I have a feeling that they will be stopping new additions here very, very soon. So one more huge announcement. This was a big one for it, biggest one so far for 2023. Talked with a couple of our leaders at Leaders Summit here a week or 2 weeks ago. I know time's flying, so I'm forgetting how far out we are from Leaders Summit. But one of the things that we're going to do moving forward, at least for the foreseeable future, is we kind of want to shake things up a little bit. We want people to feel like they're part of a great energy, and one of the things as a building base shop, obviously we've got great attendance here on the call, but we always want more, and sometimes more people equals more energy. So we are going to be moving to the Pogue Friday team call. That will happen not next week, but the week after, April the 14th. And we'll have all the announcements and stuff out. But we're going to move to the Pogue team call, just kind of get around that fire for a little while. They've obviously got a ton of people that you guys will get to hear some new voices. Andrew Jimenez, Sarah Reineke, which obviously has been on our call before, but you'll get to, more exposure to Sarah, to Jamie, Eileen Balmer, Roddy Jessup. I mean, there's going to be a lot of folks that you're going to, obviously Jacob, that you're going to have an opportunity to really hear some different voices and some different content, and just kind of see what's going on, in other parts of the company. So we're super excited, we're super pumped about this, because this is an opportunity for us to, again, get around the fire of the Pogue agency. And if you watch the leaderboards, obviously, they're at the top of our hierarchy, and they are for sure on fire. I mean, the numbers that they're putting up is crushing it. And so, we want to tap into that and leverage that for all it is worth. So April 14th, next week, April the 7th, I think that's right. We will actually be on the monthly Mank hierarchy call. So that's why we went ahead and pushed it out to the 14th before we start with Pogue. But yes.
Do you know, is the Pogue kind of collaboration, is that going to be on a weekly basis now, or just like a once a month thing?
No, that will be weekly.
Cool.
Yeah, that will be weekly. So yeah, and that's it's an open call. Anybody can hop on, and very welcoming. I talked with Jacob about it. He's super excited to have us hop in with them for a while, and again, be part of what they've got going on from a message and energy standpoint. So excited about that. And again, next week will be the Mank hierarchy call, and then we'll move the week following to Pogue. Same time, different station. We'll have all that for you. Make sure we have all that out in our announcements, and certainly excited for that. Take a moment here for any of our leaders and builders who want to give any announcements for their team. Shout outs. We have Stella, Stacy, anybody else? Donna's going live. What you got, Donna?
I just wanted to welcome Eric Kempis here today. He's been coming on board for a while and has decided now's the time. So I'm glad to have him here.
Awesome. Welcome, Eric.
announcement from the Van Flex. Thank you so much for having us on here. Really appreciate it. And that's all we got. Good to see
Hey,
you.
awesome.
The builders
Anytime.
here. Definitely appreciate you, Chris.
Anytime.
And excited to see you guys for the next few weeks now. What sounds like.
Yeah. Nice.
Always excited to have the Van Flex with us.
Appreciate you, Stella.
You're so welcome. Chris is awesome, man. I just, wanted to just really congratulate Sydney again. I can't really express it enough because I know that she had, for some reason, it wasn't announced, on the national leaderboards this last week, but really just the opportunity with this company in terms of bonuses blows me away. I mean, for me, just as a team bonus, wasn't on just me, but a team bonus, last month, I got like, almost $1,000. Sydney got almost 4,000, 3,390. And I just really wanted to just really celebrate that again, because the opportunity, you guys, is phenomenal. And with not only that, but on top of that, it was like another 4,000 that Forrester's told you, Sydney, that you're eligible for. That's like literally in 1 month, almost a 10,000, almost $8,000 bonus in 1 month. Sorry, 7, yeah, almost 8 in 1 month of business, and that's on top of her other business she's writing. And I'm super excited, Jason, to see you here, brother. And I just can't stress enough about conference. Like, get your tickets now. With the savings, if you get it through the owner's packet, it comes down to $189. I did the math. Otherwise, they are $249 if you buy them by itself. And lastly, just really asking all of you guys to keep Greg. He's my annuity guy on our team. Keep him in your prayers. He's just been going through some medical stuff. And I just can't, stress enough. Just please keep him in your prayers. And he misses you guys. He says hi. And thank you so much.
Yeah.
Another quick question about conference, Chris. It said it was at the Colorado Convention Center. That's not where it was last year, was it?
I think so, but I'm not positive.
I thought it was at the Belco Theater last year.
Oh, you're right.
Is that also the Colorado Convention Center? I don't really know.
I think it's all together because it's a huge complex and the theater's at one end, but it's all part of. Now that raises a good question. I don't know if it's going to be in a different room.
But like that big hallway was the convention center, and then the Belco Theater where the actual event is. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
If you go through all of the screens on HQ, it'll take you to, it says the Belco Theater.
Cool. Thank you.
And Sydney, apologies for leaving you off, and you're going to have to go Rodney Dangerfield on us. You get no respect. The national call left you off, and then we left you off. So
that's all right. I was going to say, I just wanted to say, Stella, I appreciate you very much, and Chris, you too, for all your leadership. And I wanted to let all of you know, if you didn't know, that Forrester's contest is for everybody, not for just people that write debt-free life cases. I actually sent an email out to a few of you, and I apologize if I didn't send it to any of you in particular. I just didn't have your email. But Stella's got it. I know she can share, and I think I sent it to Ashley and Chris too. Took a few screenshots, and I had a PDF of it. There's a handful of products that Forrester's is connecting these bonuses, and they are quarterly. So for the end of this first quarter, that's ending today, actually. And I think, and the head of the sales marketing department over there had contacted me and said it's over 4,200 that I'm going to be receiving, from that bonus. And but starting tomorrow starts quarter number 2. And if you can go on to either Forrester's and see, because they've got a special link there that you can see their cash awards. It's cash. It's cold hard cash. And if you do end up doing an FIF reset or just a plain referral, some of you guys like to just send referrals straight to me for debt-free life cases. you guys get the same split, just like the FIF reset, you get the split on the Foresters bonus as well. Okay. APV, you get the commission on that, and then you get the bonus split on that as well with Foresters. So rock on. Let's do it, guys.
Nice.
I just want to give a quick shout out. My husband was just here. We think I have strep throat, so
no.
But just a shout out to the Feldsteins for being here, and Safan apologizes for missing the call. He had an appointment early this morning and just finished up. So he's excited. He just wrote 2 apps, but it took like 5 hours. But you know, when you're first getting started, it sometimes you dig in and it takes a while and you mess things up, but you get better as you go along. So shout out to him. He's not here. He's going to watch the recording, but he's very, very excited. Now we need to make sure everything is nice and tidy. Yeah, we do think I have strep. So yeah.
Oh no. Well, wish you get better, and you may have to rest that voice for a couple of days. Use switchboard. Let the texting do the work for you.
And then another question for you guys, and especially you, Sydney. I'm not sure. Sherry might be DFL certified, but I'm not 100% sure. But do you know, when we go into, because we're not technically in y'all's team, will we see Sydney pop up on our FIF reset page, or how does that work?
If Scott puts it in his hierarchy, potentially yes, and I can reach out to him and let him know to update his resets to make sure he includes Sydney in that. I don't know who else he has DFL certified in his agency, but if he puts everybody in that he's got DFL certified, then that would include Sydney. So it should trickle down to you.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go on and check after this and do a fake person and see if she pops up. But I would, I'll do you. But I would, yeah, I'd love to send you guys some people. If I'm not sure what Sherry's certified in or who we have on our team, but I'd love to hook up with you guys. That'd be fun.
Sure.
Love to have you. I just put in my contact information if you want, because I have, like I said, I have some people that just reach out to me directly, because they're just, they might take down notes, and I'm not discouraging, from using, especially now that they got that FIF easy button, I'm anxious to start kind of working with that too. But, some people just may not whether you're comfortable with it or not, you're welcome to reach out to me directly, and we can go over the information together that would be in that.
I would love to do that. Yeah. Thank you for that. I'm writing it down.
You're welcome.
I love working with Sydney.
All right, gang. Well, thank you all for hopping on here on a Friday. We've ran a little over, but I think it's all valuable content. I think it was well worth the extra time, Sharon, and getting some great information from Jeff. So grateful for him to jump on, and now it's the next step is to implement it, gang. Make sure. Go on, check out that easy button. If you can't find it, reach out to us, jump on the Money role play. We'll go through that, or get with your upline. We'll absolutely jump on a screen share with you. We'll walk through that, but let's not leave dollars behind. Let's not leave it for somebody else to come pick it up. We've got people that we can help, and this is the time to be helping. People are really nervous about what's going on in the world today, and people want to get out of debt so they don't have that hanging over their head. They want to get out of the market so they don't have to take the roller coaster ride. They're tired of that. People are looking for opportunities to eliminate and reduce taxes. So obviously the tax-free retirement message resonates. And I have never had, in my 7 years of business, I've never had more people on a general life lead say, hey, do you know anything about those plans where I can build up money and take it out for retirement? Guys, that's never happened. And all of a sudden, just in the last few weeks, it's just like almost everybody I'm talking to is like, hey, I'm hearing about this. And so that's when that message starts getting out and starts building energy, and everybody starts, tuning into that. Man, perfect time to be dialed in on that process and either doing the reset or get up to speed and get certified yourself. But the shortcut is obviously do the reset. have somebody else do the heavy lifting and still get paid on it.
Can I say one thing real quick, guys? Chris, this is something that just personally happened to me last week. And it was directly with what you were just saying, Chris, and I don't mind sharing it. It's a little emotional for me, so I'm sorry. We have been trying to work on getting our retirement funds in a more secure place because my husband's got a 401k and some IRAs. Right after I didn't move fast enough. And right after the California Silicon Bank crash happened, it was a period of 5 weeks from the time that we looked at my husband's 401k and IRAs. And then 5 weeks after, to that point, it was just 2 days after the Silicon Valley crash. We lost over 20,000 in our 401k, which that's not pocket change anymore when you're on a tight budget in a household. And we're like, 15 years away from retirement, where, how much are we going to be able to work? My husband's got less time to work than that. So I did reach out to Jeff Sigworth, and he immediately met with us. And just being that incredible, knowledgeable person, but also being a really good friend, he does care about all of us. He cares about every single one of us. And he immediately showed us what we needed to do to get my husband's accounts moved over into a safe, just a holding tank right now, into a cash money market account. And we've already reached out to QFA and have an appointment for Monday, now that the accounts are safe from further losses. And we have an appointment Monday evening with FQA or QFA, whatever. And they're going to be helping to do that huge annuity shift and just manage. Well, it's not going to be an annuity yet, but they're going to help manage the 401k. And then Jeff is personally coaching me on how to convert his smaller IRAs over into annuities because they're just, dead ones from previous employers. So anyway, I say this because this is a chance to not only, really to look at your own personal situations and make sure that you guys are safe and secure, your spouses and your family, talk to your immediate family and ask them, hey, I don't know if you know what's been going on out there in the world. And y'all are free to use my story, even if you want to. And just say, I care about you. I don't want to see you all have the loss, that we've been hearing about this happening. And, we have some people, we have, departments in our company that can help you if you're interested. So I just want to share that and, as a story that you can start, just to be able to help other people, just so they don't have to go through what we just went through.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Sydney, for sharing that. So, all right, gang, thank you all for hopping on. We're going to wrap up and let everybody get on with their day. We know we've got a lot of appointments and business still to be entered in for the end of the week. This is the last day of the month. So any business, if you got sitting in underwriting, call up an underwriter, threaten to come do bad things. No, don't do that. Just tell them that you need that business pushed through and get your business paid for the month so you can hit your numbers for the month. All right, gang. Thank you all. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you all.